Wait for it.
Now. Lights, camera, action.
It's a lot of
My hand is under your ass.
I don't like it anymore.
I'll say it. Okay.
Talk louder.
So there's this duck. And he's walking home from work. And it's really hot outside. I mean, it's like 120 degrees. He lives down in Phoenix. And his house is about a mile away. And he's dead thirsty. And he doesn't really feel like just like drinking tap water at home. And he knows his heater's broken, so he's not gonna have cold water anyway. But he heard from a coworker that there's this bar that just opened down the road on his way back home. So he decided that he'd stop in. So he comes up to the bar, he waddles in, he flaps up to the bar stool and says, "Hey, Mr. Bartender, sure is hot outside. Give me a root beer, make it frothy." And the bartender said, "Hey, ain't you a duck?" And the duck said, "Well, yes, sir, I am a duck, and I sure am thirsty." And the bartender said, "We don't serve your kind here. Can't you read the sign?" And he points to a sign on the door that says, "No ducks allowed." And the duck, he's a law-abiding citizen, so he leaves. But he's a very crafty duck. So he goes over to the thrift store across the street, and he buys a sport coat and a hat, and he waddles back into the bar and flaps up to the bar stool and says, "Hey, Mr. Bartender, sure is hot outside. Give me a root beer, make it frothy." And the bartender said, "Hey, ain't you that duck that was in here a minute ago?" And the duck said, "No, I'm not a duck. I'm a real person, just like people are." And the bartender flipped off his hat and saw his bill and said, "Yes, you are that duck, and if you come back in here again, I'm going to nail your webbed feet to the bar table." And the duck left a little quicker this time, because he was afraid that the bartender would actually do it. But he thought, why would someone really do that? And he was really thirsty, and he was kind of having fun doing this anyway. So he goes back in the thrift store, he buys a different hat and a different sport coat, and he walks back into the bar, his best human walk, and instead of flapping up to the bar table, he just stands there next to it. And he says, "Hey, Mr. Bartender, how you doing today?" And the bartender said, "Just fine. It's a little hot, but what can I do for you?" And the duck said, "Well, I'd like a drink, but first I have some questions for you." And he said, "Well, okay, shoot." And the duck said, "Well, do you happen to have any nails?" And the bartender said, "No, I don't have any nails. That's a weird question." And the duck said, "Well, I have one more. Do you have a hammer?" And the bartender said, "No, I don't have a hammer. Why'd you